Hey everybody, Greg coming to you with another one of my bonsais. Today it's a little different. This is the Bougainvillea, and this one is kind of interesting. I went to a seminar back in February, March. We're now in August, and I kind of did an intro to bonsai class just to see what different styles of trees there were, things like that. And I got to pick this up and kind of play around with it and see how it was. So shout out to Scott over at Bucks County Bonsai for his class. He's a great teacher, really chill, down to earth. He will help you. He considers you a lifetime customer when you take one of his classes or purchase a bonsai from him. So shout out to Scott, really cool guy. So this is my Bougainvillea. I really fell in love with this and the shape of it when I picked it up. It already had this wave kind of form. Now this is a vine, but it kind of takes it has that very woody feel to it. And a lot of people bonsai these. They're really, really interesting. I will kind of give you a little tour of it, front and back, just so you can kind of see what it looks like. And the cool thing about these, you can see these pink leaves. I was actually growing this inside for a while in my grow tent, just because putting this out. Ooh, look at that little spider. Kind of see if I can zoom in on him. It disappeared. Oh, there he is, right there in the bottom. I had this in a tent growing for a while, and the leaves were pink, but when I brought them out here, the next set of these beautiful pink flowers, which honestly, if you research these are this pink right here is actually another leaf. The flower is inside that leaf right there. You can kind of see right there. It has about 3 flowers in each one. You can kind of see a little bit better right there. So they're little tiny white flowers in each one of those. So these little pink leaves help protect the flowers and really give it a nice color. And you can't see it from here, but these guys also do grow thorns. I have one deep inside here. This thing really blossomed out once it started warming up out here. So it's hard to see the inner workings here of the wood, but you can see how much green is on this. This whole thing, after I brought it out, it had to reacclimate to the outside. Most of the leaves died off. There's a few here that are still from the old guard from my February purchase, but once it came outside and it started blooming, you can even see here the small buds. Let's see if there's small buds here that are growing. That started happening throughout the whole thing, as you can see. So this is my Bougainvillea. I just like saying Bougainvillea, and I'm probably saying it wrong. Watch I'm saying it wrong. But he basically said, make sure that when it's outside and it's the season, to make sure it's fertilized, things like that. You can see where the old flowers were on here. But I am interested to see how this goes. The shape, I really wanted to stay with this wave shape, so I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with this guy. I probably will end up trimming him back here, and figuring out what to do with this back guy as well. I just kind of want to see it grow and build up and thicken down here at the base, which has already got a nice trunk going for it, so can't complain there. But yeah, this is my bougainvillea. Kind of interested in it. What do you think of this? I think it's pretty. It's the only thing that I have right now that's really flowering, so it's kind of nice to see that. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. If this is something you'd like to grow, it grows very easily outside. I'll be interested to see what happens when I take it back inside for the fall here and winterize it. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care. Hey guys, Greg here, coming to you with another episode of Greg's Bonsai, and today we're going to be showcasing my bougainvillea, which I showcased back in August. And actually, I got this guy about a year ago. I took a bonsai class pretty close by, maybe an hour away, with a friend, and I was lucky enough to get this bonsai. I thought it looked great. It had these nice flowers on there, these pink-ish flowers on it. And like I said, the last video I did was in August. So I kind of started this channel back in like June, July of last year. So I never really got to showcase this guy as much as I wanted. There were a lot of other things that I was showcasing, and this guy just kind of looked the same as the months turned. So I kind of just put it away and just let it shine. And here we go. So again, like I said, I've had this for about a year. This is probably maybe another year or two older. And this bougainvillea, like I said, I think in my last video, my intro video for this guy, they have these beautiful paper flowers, okay? You can kind of see that these pink flowers themselves are leaves on this as well. And the little guys in the middle are the actual flowers. They just open up. They're nice and white. I wish I had one open for you right now that I can kind of showcase. I did see these guys down here were flowering, so they're kind of at the end, and they're going to start going away. But so like I said, the last video was August, and I went through the winter, and this guy was going great. And then all of a sudden the leaves started dropping on this guy. And I had this guy in the grow tent all year. I was told, yep, you're good having this inside. Everything I read said they were great inside. And then all of a sudden all the leaves started to drop off of these. And I started to panic. But I held strong. And then about a month or two ago, I'd say probably like January, end of January, beginning of February, leaves started to grow again. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. And you can see this guy is full, okay? He's got a lot. Am I going to? Yes, I am. He's got a lot of flowers. Well, not a lot of flowers, but a lot of leaves on it. And there has been some growth. So on this right side, we've had some growth come up the side, kind of these like little tendrils come up. And we've got some growth coming in the middle here. So we've got this nice green starting to form up. So letting this grow out. I did do some chopping up here at the end of the season. And I think I did some chopping here just to kind of scale it down. And I've actually had to cut the roots popping out of the bottom of this pot already, which is fine. You know, this guy's a fast grower. The last time, let me just start from the bottom and we'll work our way up. So I used to have a lot of moss around here, around the base of this, and the moss started to dry out and die off a little bit, and we have some growing, and I'm not sure if I can really get it here, but we have some green here growing back, and we have, I hate to say like algae and stuff growing on here, but it's slowly starting to come back. And then that was part of my worry, that I was just getting too much moisture trapped down here. So I decided to take the moss, I broke it up and I spread it around here. So I'm gonna hopefully have a nice moss bed this year once it starts getting wet. We have this really nice gnarly root out here that's back in the ground. So that's getting some water. So as I water this, it's looking all right. So I'm just letting this air out a little bit, and hopefully that'll help. I may cover it back up and the moss may overtake it. We'll see what happens here. But I just kind of wanted to breathe. That's kind of when I freaked out and just kind of said, okay, we're going to hopefully start from scratch and get this to go. I almost feel like this could use a repot, but I'm going to go one more season. And if this guy ends up losing its leaves like it did last year, and I start seeing it bud, that's when I'm going to repot. And hopefully I'll do a video on that with this, because I'm if you guys are interested in seeing some repotting videos, I'm starting to repot some of my plants that I have. They're starting to bud, so it's getting to that time. I actually had a clementine one that I just redid. I'll have a video of that sometime down the road, but the pot was completely full of roots, so it was time. It was definitely time. I have pictures of it. I'll probably post it up on either my YouTube channel or my Facebook page. So yeah, this guy. So the ground here, the dirt, the rock. This is lava rock that was put in here. You can kind of see this browning. That's really just the old moss dying back, but it comes back to life once it gets wet and once it gets healthier. So like, again, like what we have here, that's just the old stuff coming back to life. So I'm interested to see that all grow back. I'm hoping to get a couple more videos of this throughout the season instead of just one every half year for you guys. But like I said, really gnarly root here, root structure coming out the side, which I think is going to be great once we get to the next stage in repotting this. I think it's going to be cool to see these roots kind of sticking out. I have a root up here. When I repot, I may end up just trimming that since it's all the way up here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. But this trunk is definitely getting thicker. It does look a little beat up. You can see where on here the moss did go up to. So I definitely needed to get that off of this tree. And start from there. But the overlaying structure of this is pretty good. I do have a little bit growing in the back here, which I may end up getting rid of. I'm just going to let this grow this year. I don't feel like I'm going to do a whole lot of trimming unless something gets really out of control. But I do want to kind of grow this up. I still enjoy this wave that I have here. I think that's really neat. If I could get this guy to control itself and wave down, like maybe under it, that'd be great. So I'll end up having to do some wiring eventually, I think, for this. But do have some buds still coming in. So not everything has come in yet. We're probably about a month away from me starting to put this stuff outside. I'm kind of doing the bonsai shuffle. We're actually pretty lucky here in central PA, where we're actually hitting 70 for a couple days. So that's been kind of neat. But yeah, you can see where I did the trim here earlier and then these growths coming out. And it's kind of interesting. When this guy was leafless, okay, these kind of things came out and grew a couple leaves and they just kind of died off. They came out, I even had some flowers come out and they were really tiny, even smaller than this guy here. And they kind of came and they died off. And that's kind of where, you know, that was me freaking out for a bit because I was like, oh no. But everything seems to have turned out for the best here, I think. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. I'm glad I was able to save this. Or hopefully, I mean, we'll find out next year if I was just freaking out for no reason at all and it was just kind of going through its little stage. I've never seen it lose everything and then come back like that. Minus when I cut a whole lot like on my pomegranate trees. So I didn't do any cutting here. So that's where I was kind of like, oh my goodness. And like I said, this guy was not outside in a cold or in the shed or in my garage. This guy stayed in my grow tent the whole year. So let me see if I can turn this guy around. We can get the back. So we got this really cool, gnarly branch that kind of just curves up. I can't get rid of it. I didn't want to. I did cut here. I think there was something here, and I'll probably end up cutting this guy as well eventually once it gets a little more. But we did have a flower grow there. You can kind of just tell where the flowers used to be because these guys are super hard But this guy's growing up. I did cut this. It was growing up a little too much. And I just want to kind of make another curve to go with the waves. I just kind of want to make like a 3-wave type thing. I mean, this guy's straight, which is crazy, but I don't have any growth here. If this ends up budding out and doing some growth, I might end up doing that and cutting this. But this kind of, let me see if I can turn this around for you guys. It kind of, at this level, okay, if I can make this either the bottom and this kind of go over it, and then this kind of have a 3rd level above, I think that would be really cool, like a full wave of flowers once it comes out. A lot of people will make this like a traditional bonsai where they have this structure and they'll make a canopy style. Something about this really makes me want to do some kind of cascade and wave to it. So eventually we'll probably end up changing this pot to a different style, but for now, this is where it's at. And the biggest leaf on here are the ones in the back. And you know, it's kind of funny. There's a dot on this leaf here, and I remember there being a dot on a leaf last year like that too. So I'm not sure what's causing that, if that's for some reason just a genetic thing on this plant. But most of the time, this is my front-facing side. I should really rotate this a little bit so I get a little bit more light in the back of it, because you can kind of see leaves aren't exactly fully developed back here in this clump, and that might just be because it's clumped up. I have a lot of light all around it, so it's not like it's just directly over top like this. It's pretty much all around. I've got a couple different grow lights in the surrounding areas of it. So this is my Bougainvillea, updated, a little older, a year older really from when I bought it, half a year from the last video. Tell me your thoughts of what you think of it down below. If you want me to try and grow another one or a couple different kinds. I do love the flowers on this. I think it's beautiful. When these go outside, the new batch of leaves are like hot pink instead of this light pink that we get in here, just because it's not getting that natural sunlight. So when they go outside, they'll be really hot pink, which would be great to see. So hopefully we can get a video of that and compare and contrast. I do like to make compilation videos of this, which do seem to be well watched. Just seeing the progress of these. There are some guys out there that do like, you know, compilation of a year. I just like getting into detail. I like talking. I like documenting. So doing this, you know, kind of gives me a nice way of kind of just putting things down instead of putting them down on paper. And visually is definitely the way I like to do things here. So like I said, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, make sure to put them down below. If you really like what you see, make sure to hit that like button. Do like helping the YouTube algorithm get my videos out there. We're over 330 followers, I think, now on my video, which is awesome. It's great to talk with you guys. I do have a nice group of people that I chat with on my videos, and it's really nice to learn what you guys are growing and to kind of just compliment each other with what we have, you know. It's really nice to do. So like I said, you like what you see, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to leave those comments or questions down below. I try to get back to you as soon as I can. And if you really do enjoy what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already. I try to get a couple videos out here on my channel. It's going to be a little harder in the spring just because of spring sports and things like that going on. But I will try my hardest. I will at least get one a week out for you guys. I know I was doing 3 for a while. It just gets a little difficult sometimes a year. So, you know, thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. This is Greg's Bonsai, signing off. Again, thanks for watching, guys.